Hi, my name is Helen. A couple of my close girlfriends have asked me to do an episode here on Stories from the Art Room about the history of the meaning in various languages of the C word, and this is going to be the content of this video. In English, the word cunt has an awesome transgressive power to shock. However, stick with me and find out how cunt was used in the past and its connectivity in language, and then be amazed at the inherent depth and gravitas hidden in this word. Its potential is such you will be asking yourself at the end of this vlog, why is it radical feminists avoid using it to describe themselves, preferring far less effective words like slut, for example? It was some 26 years ago, during a series of seminars called Matriarchal Studies at the University of Newcastle upon Tyne, when the course tutor, Beryl Wyatt, encouraged her students, which included me, to seriously consider the word cunt. Beryl asked me what I understood the word to mean, and I replied my mother had told me it was a slang term for the leather sheath of a knife with an implied indecent reference to a woman's vagina. Then Beryl surprised us. She said, although cunt was now seen as a gross four-letter word, which is profoundly taboo in both Germany and Britain, this has not always been the case. In fact, Beryl was at great pains to assert cunt as being a proper noun of great antiquity, with connections to a myriad of C, K or Q sounding words for woman from all over the world. She went on to describe a poignant, tragic descent for a word that had once denoted respect, and in ancient Egypt high office, which then went down, down into the gutter. So why was that? On the 14th of February 2021, there was an article in the Sunday Times newspaper where Lionel Shriver expressed concern about the call to change the word mother to responsible parent, and breastfeeding to be changed to chest feeding. His contention being, and I shall paraphrase here, why are the language police trying to wipe out woman in the interests of inclusivity? And there are 2 points I would like to make in view of this rubbing out and revised terminology. First has to do with the label woman. Beryl Wyatt gave me to understand that originally the term man had denoted a female human, and the term for a male was weir, as in werewolf, i.e. the male of the species. Also weir as in weird, because human males did not bleed every month. To back this up, Beryl said the term men is connected semantically to menstruation, menses and menhir, a standing stone. Beryl proposed the term man was appropriated by males in possible retaliation to being called weird, i.e. not capable of menstruating. Females were then labelled woe man, woman, or man full of woe, which may well be connected to the biblical myth of Eve being blamed for death and humanity's expulsion from the Garden of Eden. The second point I would like to make is this. If we are in a process of politically correct relabeling, then an opportunity is now presenting itself to dispense with the misogynist word woe man, woman, and go back through the ku root of cunt to kuna, which some scholars suggest is the ancient global word for a human who has monthly bleeds and can bear children. Dependent on where you are in the world, cunt or its equivalent has multiple meanings. And I have to give an apology in advance here about my pronunciation, so any tips to make it better will be appreciated. In Spain, cono is a common expletive which is not taboo. It is used so often that just as the British have been dubbed les fuck-offs by the French, in Chile and Mexico, Spaniards are known as los conos. The Spanish have a lot of fun with the word conos. For example, a comment to express delight at something delicious would be como comerle el cono a bocados, which translates as eating cunt by the mouthful. And when complaining about having to deal with some extra problem, they say otra pena pa mi cono, another pain in my cunt. Estoy hasta el cono is up to your cunt with it. And the strangely en el quinto cono, the fifth cunt, means to be out the back of beyond. In Italy, figa, which is the spoken form, fica being the more common written term, is not an insult or an ugly word. Che figa means what a looker, or it can mean what good luck. Che festa figa, what a great party. Or if something is excellent, it is figata. As Italian men can use figa in the sexist way akin to pussy or chick in English, Italian women have reclaimed the word as a noun, figo. So if a girl fancies a boy, she can say, che figo, what a looker. It's a pity English girls couldn't do something similar when you bear in mind these days in Britain and in the States, the word cunt has been appropriated as an insult against a male. How can that be when he lacks the essential equipment? Perhaps English-speaking girls could take inspiration from what the Finnish say when they want to tell someone who is obnoxious, sexist and foul-mouthed to get lost. Vida vitu pahas, go pull your cunt over your head. This taunt echoes in anthropological research into how African women take pride in their gender and their genitals. In particular, their use of collective vaginal displays up to the 20th century to shame men who insult them. For the mountain Arapesh, a rapist can be publicly shamed by the woman putting her vulva to his mouth, And it is social death for a gypsy man to have a woman designate him as unclean by pulling her skirts over his head. So there is a possible shaming link in vida, vitu, pahas, or an English version of the phrase. On a more positive note, in France, le con is not taboo. It's an affectionate insult. Vieux con, old fool, or fais pas le con, don't play the fool. Then le roi des cons, king of cunts, implies a total idiot. Quelle connerie means what rubbish. There's also the word connaître, to know, which literally translates as cunt birth. And this connects to con job, which connects to knowledge, and the Scottish to ken something. In Shakespeare's time, people used the term cunningly made when admiring furniture with hidden compartments, or finely wrought lace where it is not clear how the item had been crafted. Something created with hidden ability, like a baby. Cunning derives from the Old English cunende. Over 500 years ago, people were uninhibited about the word. In 1230, there was a Grope Cunt Lane in London, Oxford, York, and Northampton. And in Paris, Rue Gratican translates to Scratch Cunt Street. But since the 1500s in Britain, cunt has been banned from both print and speech, so these streets have had to be renamed. In the 1788 second edition of Francis Gross's Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue, cunt is defined as a nasty name for a nasty thing. How misogynist. Etymologists cite the root word coo to link cunt with quithy, which is an Old English word for womb, and in turn links to queen, country, cunt family tree, kin, kinship, and via kindergarten to children. If you were to ask what is cunt, the 17th century Dutch anatomist Renier de Graaf used the Latin word cunus to describe the part of female genitalia which is visible as the great cleft, the line running down the middle in the pubic triangle. Graaf said this line looks like the impress of a wedge, cunus, meaning to impress a wedge. And etymology connects this to the Sumerian pictorial writing called cuneiform, circa 3500 BCE, where the word symbol for a woman is a downward facing triangle with a line cleft down the middle. And so, in this time of the Me Too movement and other calls to action, is the term cunt not ripe to be reclaimed and, given its connection to cunning, be utilised to reinstate respect for an essential part of what it is to be a cuna? Thanks for watching. See you again next week. I've just thought we use the term cul-de-sac in English-speaking countries, but actually we're not pronouncing that right. I've learned on Not Even French YouTube channel that it should be, as the French pronounce it, cou. de sac, which it supposedly means arse of the bag, but if it's cou, it can't really mean arse, can it? And if it's le sac, the bag, well, I'm thinking of the derogatory term old bag, meaning old womb, so it's cou of the womb, cul de sac.